We're used to just looking at things in a very simple, linear, cause-effect way. This cause creates that effect. Complexity and complex problems are much more intricate. So you have to have what we call a systems theory mindset to really understand the complex nature of causal interactions that make up these kinds of problems. Your initial analysis can be very deceiving, and why you have to do a much deeper dive and a much broader dive when it comes to complex strategic issues like that to really get a sense of how the causal complexity is working, because your first cut is rarely accurate when it comes to complex problems.
We come to decisions very quickly, and rather than second guessing them, we tend to be very overconfident in those decisions. And that's great if you're trying to survive in the jungle or the desert, but sometimes we tend to be far too confident in our own thinking and our own ability to solve problems. I like to draw a nice analogy between a star athlete. And one of the many things an athlete has to do, in addition to learning technique, is to how to control and master their psychology. Because you can't be a winning athlete if you don't really master your psychology.
I categorize it into two bundles. One is we need better models to interpret complexity, and we touched on that earlier in terms of a more sophisticated version of cause and effect. The second bundle is we need better ways to make decisions. In other words, we have to kind of fight the temptation to rush to conclusions.
Success in many aspects of life depends on putting probabilities in our favor.
We are literally addicted to certainty because we are physiologically and psychologically wired to be very uncomfortable if we don't understand something because it makes us feel out of control. And we literally secrete the stress hormones of cortisol and adrenaline. And we want to replace that uncomfortable feeling of not knowing with the calm feeling of knowing, which is why we're always motivated to certainty and therefore jump to conclusions prematurely.
And yet the problem is that our own psychology, the way we think, the way we act, the way we behave, our emotions, often steer us in the wrong direction.
One of the problems now in this Twitter age is that everything is so rapid fire, and I talk in the book about the explosion of communication information. One of the challenges that we have, particularly right now today, is to slow down and take a bit of time to explore alternative perspectives rather than just latching on the first item that pops up on our Twitter feed.